Jai Hind everyone, welcome back to the class of NDA English Studies. My name is Arun Kumar, your guide, mentor and partner in the mission of mastering NDA English and securing your dreams of joining Indian Armed Forces as an officer. Friends, today's class is not just another grammar lesson. It's a topic that can literally pull your score up like a rocket. No less than 10 questions are asked directly from this topic, and the best part of it is this topic is not about luck and guessworks. It's a pure game of logics, rules, and concepts. If your logics, rules, and concepts are clear, you will be able to do the question just in fraction of second. Yes, I am talking about the topic spotting errors, grab marks before others blink. In total, I'll be discussing 100 golden rules of spotting errors compiled from different chapters of English grammar. Today, I'll start with the chapter Subject-verb agreement. Friends, there are two main pillars of a sentence. First is the subject and second is the verb. Subject tells us who and what, and verb tells us what that subject does or doing. The universal rule says that there must be an agreement between the subject and the verb. And this is where the paper setters play a role and play tricks. They hide the subject with the help of modifiers, phrases, and traps. So your job is to identify the main subject, the real subject in the sentence. Once you have identified the real subject, the verb will automatically reveal itself. As simple as that. Let's start with the first rule. The rule number 1 says, if two subjects in a sentence are joined by either or, neither nor, and or, then the verb will agree with the subject closest to it, nearest to it. Let's understand this. Either the teacher or the students are going. Now, the teacher is subject 1, the students is subject 2. Both are joined by either or. Then, according to the rule, the verb will agree with the subject nearest to it, closest to it. So, the students is plural, so we'll take plural verb. When I say verb agrees with the subject, it means when the subject is singular, it will take singular verb. When subject is plural, it will take plural verb. The teacher or the students are going to organize the events. Why are? Because the teacher is S1, subject 1, students subject 2. Both are joined by or, then the verb will agree with the nearest subject, the students. The students here is plural, so plural verb. Similarly, neither the boys nor the girl was late. Why was late? Because was will agree with the subject, second subject, which is the girl, and the girl is singular. Rule number 1 is when two subjects are joined by either or, neither nor, or and or, then the verb will agree with the closest subject, subject nearest to the verb. Now let's see the rule number 2. Rule number 2 says if two subjects are joined by phrases like with, as well as along with, together with, in addition to, accompanied by, then the verb will agree with the first subject. Means the first subject will be the main subject of that sentence. Let's understand. The captain, subject 1, with his teammates subject 2, both are joined by with. Then according to the rule, verb will agree with the subject 1, the captain. The captain is singular here, so we'll take singular verb is. The teacher as well as her students is attending the workshop. Why is? Because the teacher is subject 1 and her student subject 2. Both are joined by as well as. Then, according to the rule, verb will agree with the subject 1, the teacher. The teacher is singular, so we'll take singular verb is. The principal along with the staff has approved the proposal. Why has? Because the principal is the first subject here. The coach together with the players was present on the ground. Why was singular? Because the coach and the players, coach is the subject 1, main subject. The officer in addition to the cadets, the officer subject 1, cadet subject 2, both are joined by in addition to. According to the rule, the verb will agree with subject 1, the officer. Similarly, the commander accompanied by his soldier is. Why? Because subject 1 is the commander. So commander is singular, so we'll take singular verb. So the rule is when two subjects are joined by with as well as along with together with in addition to, then subject 1 will be the main subject of the sentence and verb will agree with the first subject. Rule number 3, collective nouns. Very, very important, friends. Collective nouns are singular and plural both based on their behavior. In sentence, don't see the word noun. You have to see the behavior of that collective noun. Collective nouns like committee, like parliament, like board. If the members of that collective noun, the group, are united, unanimous, together, then that noun is singular. But when the members act separately, when the members of that group, the committee, act separately, individually, they are divided, then it is treated as plural and takes plural verb. So let's see with example. The team has won the match. Why has won the match? Because in team all players together unitedly played well and won the match. So united, together, singular verb because singular subject. The committee decides the rule. Why singular? Decides, not decide. Because the committee decides unanimously any rule. It is not the individual members separately decides any rule. It is all members together unitedly decides any rule. That is why here the committee is singular and takes singular verb. Now let us see why and in which case collective nouns become plural. The team are arguing among themselves. Now members separately they are arguing. So they are divided, not united, not together. So plural will take plural verb. Here the team became plural. The committee are divided, not united, not unanimous. So that is why the committee here becomes plural and takes plural verb. So collective nouns are singular and plural both based on their behavior. You have to see whether they are together united or the members are separate and acting individually. Now the rule number 4 is the golden rule of subject-verb agreement. Anything that cannot be counted is singular and takes singular verb. All uncountable nouns are singular and they take singular verb. like all abstract nouns, happiness, love, poverty, anger, like material noun, sugar, rice, gold, like mass noun, furniture, luggage, baggage. So anything that cannot be counted, uncountable, is singular and takes singular verb. Let's understand this. The furniture is a mass noun. Furniture is always singular noun. Furniture cannot be made plural. We cannot say furnitures. No, grammatically wrong. So furniture is singular. That is why it takes singular verb. The news is uncountable, singular. That is why it takes singular verb. News is shocking. सेम लगेज, सपोज आपके पास बहुत सारा लगेज है, इट डजंट मीन यू विल से आई हैव टू मेनी लगेजेस. नो, लगेज इज ऑलवेज सिंगुलर नाउन, सो टेक सिंगुलर वर्ब इज. Information, knowledge cannot be counted. Can you count knowledge? No. So uncountable, so it is singular, take singular verb is. You cannot say I have one information to give you. No, because information is uncountable, it cannot be counted. I have a news for you. No. Why? Because news is uncountable. So here is rule number 5. Many a. Many and many a. Many is followed by plural nouns like many schools, many students, many teachers, many colleges. And many a is followed by singular noun. Many a school, many a teacher, many a college. So many is plural and many a is singular. Many a student, verb will agree with student, singular. Singular subject takes singular verb. Many a soldier, singular, so singular subject takes singular verb. So many is plural and many is singular. Many questions are asked based on these rules in exams, so this rule is very, very important. Let us see the next rule. Nouns ending in s but singular, but they are singular. Generally we make plural how? By adding s or es. Boy, boys, girl, girls, bench, benches, teacher, teachers. So we add s or es to make a noun plural. But in these nouns you can see s is already there, ending in s, but they are singular. Why? Mathematics, statistics, economics, physics, politics. These are the fields of studies. And when these nouns are treated as fields of studies, they are singular and take singular verb. Let's see. Mathematics is tough. Why mathematics is tough? Because mathematics here is the field of study. Economics is his favorite subject. Economics is a subject, field of study, that is why it is singular and takes singular verb. So next rule is exception of the previous rule. The same nouns ending in s, politics, mathematics, statistics, physics, but here they are treated plural and they take plural verb. Why? When these nouns are referred to something specific, something special, or somebody, in that case these nouns become plural and they take plural verb. जब यही नाउन किसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, किसी खास कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात की जाती है इनकी, तो ये प्लूरल होते हैं and they take plural verb. The economics of these companies. Now economics here is not the subject. Economics is particular about the companies, so it is plural. You have to be very very careful. If they are talked in general, then they are singular. जब वो किसी कंटेक्स्ट में बात हो, किसी स्पेसिफिक कंटेक्स्ट में बात हो, तो यही नाउन्स क्या हो जाते हैं? प्लूरल. दे बिकम प्लूरल. द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ द स्टेट स्पेसिफिक. Politics here of the state specific, that is why are plural. Otherwise, politics is an interesting game. Politics in general is singular. The statistics of this game, specific of this game, again it is plural. His mathematics are weak. Mathematics as a subject is singular, but we are talking about his mathematics, his calculations. So here mathematics become plural. So mathematics, statistics, economics, physics, politics, like these words, these nouns, when they are talked in general, they are singular. But when they are referred to a specific person or a thing, जब किसी खास context में बात हो, in a particular context, then they become plural and they take plural verb. Now the next rule is, which is very important, expression like nothing but. Nothing but means only. When a sentence begins with this expression nothing but, then the verb agrees with the subject which follows this expression. It is wrong here. It should not be, s should not be here, because excuser here is plural. So in place of comes, come. So when the sentence begins with nothing but expression, then the verb agrees with the noun or the subject that follows that expression. जो उस expression के just बाद आता है, उससे वो agree करता है. Excuses come. Nothing but miracle, singular. So can save him. Now in the same line, if the sentence begins with this expression no less than means as many as, not fewer than. In this case, again, the verb agrees with the subject which follows the expression no less than. Verb किसके साथ agree करेगा? जो इस expression के तुरंत बाद आएगा. 50 students here, it is plural, so take plural verb. No less than 10 officers, plural, will take plural verb. So in both the expressions, first nothing but and no less than, the verb agrees with the subject which follows these expressions. Now the next rule, this is very very important one. A number of and the number of. A number of is plural. A number of is followed by plural nouns, and the number of is singular. A number of students have. Why? Because it is plural. And the number of phrase is singular. Why? Suppose if I say the number of students in my class is 35. So 35 is a single number. So singular verb. So the number of is singular and a number of is plural. This is how you have to keep in mind. A number of plural and the number of singular. Now this is very important. Rule number 10. Expression like more than one. It sounds to be plural. More than one, ek se jada. So we think that it is plural. No. It's tricky. More than one is followed by singular noun and singular verb. More than one student is. More than one officer was. More than one vehicle has. So don't get confused कि more than one means एक से ज़्यादा मतलब ये plural होगा. No. More than one is followed by singular noun and singular verb. Next rule. This is an exception of that rule. But more than one if followed by two nouns, then they become plural. There, more than one followed by noun, singular noun and singular verb. But when more than one is followed by two nouns, then they are plural. More than one boy and one girl, two are. More than one soldier and one officer, two, then plural, were. So the subjects become plural when two nouns are there after more than one expression. So you have to just keep in mind, more than one, if single noun, then it is singular. After more than one, if there are two nouns joined with and, then they become plural. Subjects become plural and they take plural verb. Now this is again a very important one, relative pronouns, who, which and that. See the sentence, he is one of those who passed. What is who here? Relative pronoun. If we find such relative pronouns in mid-sentence, then the verb agrees with the antecedent, means the noun before it. The verb agrees with the antecedent. Here those is plural, so we are using have. The cars which belong, which relative pronoun? So this verb will agree with the subject, which is antecedent coming just before this relative pronoun. She is among the girls who. So the girls coming just before who, so it will decide the verb, number of the verb, play. Girls plural, so play verb is also plural here. Look at the rule number 14. Majority, minority, rest, fractions, percentage. If you find these expressions in the sentence, in the beginning of the sentence, then verb depends on the following noun. Let us see. A majority of players. Now tell me, players countable or uncountable? Countable. So majority of players will be countable, of course, plural. So verb will be plural. A majority of work. Now work is plural or singular? Countable or uncountable? We have already discussed that all uncountable nouns are singular. So work is uncountable. You can't count work. So majority of work. So majority of uncountable noun is what? Uncountable. Uncountable is singular. So that is why we'll use singular verb. Is. The rest of the books. Now books countable. The rest of the books will be countable, plural. So we'll take plural verb are. The rest of the money. Money is what? Uncountable. So money is uncountable. The rest of the money will also be uncountable. Uncountable is singular. We'll take singular verb. So is. The rest of the money is. 50% of the water. Now water is what? Uncountable. 50% of water is uncountable. So again singular verb. Uncountable, singular. Take singular verb. 1/3 of the books. Books, again countable nouns. So 1/3 of books will be countable. So it will be plural and will take plural verb. Basically what you have to understand here, आपको समझना क्या है? You have to see whether the nouns are plural or singular, whether the countable or uncountable. If it is countable, then these expressions will be plural. If it is uncountable, then it is singular and will take singular verb. As simple as that. So let's see the next rule. Indefinite pronouns. Each, everyone, someone, anybody, nobody, either, neither. Indefinite pronouns. Always plural indefinite pronouns. Many, few, several. There are some which depend. Sometimes they are plural, sometimes they are singular, based depending on the nouns used with those. Like some boys, so some becomes plural here. Some water, water is uncountable, some becomes singular. All students, all become plural here. All work is uncountable, all becomes singular here. So it depends. So let us see each of the players. Is. Now the verb agrees with what? The indefinite pronoun that comes before of. Simple भाषा में आप याद रखें, of के जो पहले आएगा वही verb को decide करेगा. Verb will agree with the indefinite pronoun that comes before of. Simple. Everyone wants. Why? Because indefinite pronoun, it's singular. Singular subject takes singular verb. So everyone wants. Several students, plural verb. Many books, many is plural, taking plural noun. So have plural verb. Some of the water. What is water? Uncountable. So some of water, some of the uncountable will be uncountable. Uncountable is singular, so take singular verb. Some of water is vested. Is singular here. Now some here is singular, but some here becomes plural. Why? Because the books are countable nouns. They are plural. So some of the books will be countable and plural. So some here is plural and will take plural verb. Some of the books are missing. सो बेसिकली व्हाट यू हैव टू सी, ऑफ जहां रहे वहां देखना है कि ऑफ के पहले जो आएगा द वर्ब विल अग्री विथ द सेम and uncountable, singular and plural. That's it. Now friend, let's see rule number 16. When two subjects are joined by not only but also, then the verb agrees with the subject closest to it, nearest to it. Remember, either or, neither nor, and or, two subjects joined, then the subject closest to the verb was the main subject. Here also the same rule applies. This is called proximity rule. Proximity means nearest. Let us understand this. Not only the teacher, subject 1, but also the students, student subject 2. Now why where? Where? Because nearest subject is the students. Students plural, so we'll take plural verb where. Not only the players but also the coach was. Why was? Because the coach is the nearest subject. Coach is singular, so was. Not only my friends but also my best friend. Why is not are? Because my best friend is the subject nearest to this verb is. My best friend is singular, this verb is singular. The same proximity rule that we applied there in either or, neither nor will apply here also. Now here is rule number 17. Not but construction. When two subjects are joined by not and but, then the second subject, the subject which is nearest to the verb, will be the main subject and verb will agree with it. Let us understand this with example. It is not but the players, subject 1, but the captain is subject 2. The players and the captain, both the subjects are joined by not but. Then the verb, whether it will be decide or decides, singular or plural, will depend on subject 2. Subject 2 is captain, singular, so singular verb decides. Not the rules, subject 1, but their careless interpretation, subject 2, joined by not but. So whether here will be creates or create, singular or plural, this will depend on subject 2. Subject 2 is what? Their careless interpretation. Interpretation cannot be counted, uncountable. That is why it is singular and will take singular verb, creates. It is not the cadets but the officer. Cadets, subject 1, officer, subject 2. Now verb is has, closest is what? The officer. Officer is singular, so we'll take singular verb has. As simple as that. Number 18. Each, every, either, neither, one plus of, then it will be followed by plural noun or pronoun and will take singular verb. Remember this expression, construction. Each, every, either, neither, one plus of, then following noun and pronoun will be plural but verb will be singular. Why? Let us understand. Each of the boys. See, the noun is plural, but the verb will agree with what? The verb will agree with the subject, main subject. What is the main subject in this construction? Anything that falls before of. Before of, we have each. Each is singular, will take singular verb, each. Every one of the students. Every one of the students. Now this verb has why? Because it will agree with the main subject. Main subject is everyone, because before of we have everyone. So here also either of the answers, is or are. It will depend on the subject. Main subject is either. Why? Because of के पहले either है. Either is singular, will take singular verb. Neither of the options is correct. So why is not are? Because what is here? Neither is singular, will take singular verb. So age. So you have to just remember this expression, this construction of the sentence. Each, every, either, neither will be the main subject when you have this type of sentence construction. Next. Rule number 19. Each, every before two nouns. When each and every are used before two nouns, then they seem to be plural, but they are singular. Let us understand this. Each boy and each girl. Now, one is boy and other is girl. Don't think एक लड़का है, एक लड़की है, दो हैं, so it is plural. No. Each boy and each girl, the verb will be singular. Every pen and pencil. Don't think that one is pen, other is pencil, two, so plural. No. It is singular. Every pen and pencil is kept safely. So this is rule number 19. So this is rule number 20. When two subjects are joined by and, they are plural and they take plural verb. But when both the subjects are nouns and treated as an idea, unit, or dish, then the subjects become singular and take singular verb. Let us understand this. Ram and Sham, subject 1, subject 2, both joined by and, taking plural verb. Plural, of course. Honesty and hard work, subject 1, subject 2, different entities joined by and, taking plural verb make. But they are treated singular when both the subjects are nouns and treated as unit or idea or dish. Let us understand this. Bread and butter. Bread and butter, two different nouns, but referring to a single dish. Bread and butter. So that is why it is singular. Time and tide, weights, singular. Here you have to understand two titles, the poet and philosopher. The article is only in one title, means there is only one person who is poet and philosopher both. That is why it takes singular verb. If I say the principal and chairman of the school is coming or are coming, is coming. Why? Because the article is with only the principal. So the same person is principal and chairman both. But when this article is repeated the in both the titles, then they are different persons. Like the poet and the philosopher have arrived. Why? Because they are now different persons. One is poet and other is philosopher. The principal and the chairman, the in both the, then it means that there are two persons. One is the principal and other is the chairman, and that the subjects will take a plural verb. So this is all for today's class. This is Arun Kumar signing off for today. See you in the next class. Thank you.